Hey guys, welcome back to Subtle Rewrites. Today we are subtly rewriting The Last of Us Part 2. As you know, the rules of Subtle Rewrites is we cannot change the overarching story of the game / show or whatever I do. We can only change how the story happens. So let's get right into this. So not much is going to change up until the point Abby is with Joel, and in the game she shoots him in the leg. In my version, he is going to get his leg bashed in with a blunt object and then snapped by one of them instead. Okay, another change I'm going to do, instead of Ellie going alone, she goes with everyone else. They all go together, they go to the building, Ellie goes down alone and then gets attacked, and you get the scene with Joel being butchered. But in my change, Tommy wakes up at this point and he tries to start struggling, and this struggle and this panic when everyone runs into the room, Dina and Jesse, ends Tommy getting shot, and they just go fuck it, and they leave Joel crippled. He doesn't die, Tommy dies and takes his place instead. Now, as I've done my change, I still keep the theme of revenge, which is meant to be in the story, because now Ellie and Joel are after revenge, see? So, because Joel's leg is broken, he won't be able to do anything for quite a long time, and there'll be a bigger time gap, maybe 2 months, and by the time that happens, one day Ellie will wake up and find out Joel's missing. He's stolen a horse, and he's gone off to Seattle to try and find the people who killed his brother, so he'll be taking Tommy's place in the story. This will end up Dina and Ellie going off to find him, going after him. So the game will play out mostly the same up until the point near the end of Abby's play section where you meet Tommy in the game. I'm changing this, so it'll be Joel up there shooting down, and once you just have to Manny's death, once they get into that restaurant, the perspective will switch, and you'll be Joel for this one section, just do a boss fight against Abby. This fight will end the same way as Tommy versus Abby did in the game. Joel will be stabbed and fall into the ocean. Now we are all the way at the bit where Abby and Ellie meet for the second time. What happens in the game is Tommy gets shot in the leg and then the head, and Jesse dies, and then there's the boss fight. In my subtle rewrites, this will be Joel getting shot, and then the boss fight will happen, and also Jesse will die the same way. But I will add something new to this. After the fight and he's lost, she goes back to Joel laying on the floor, and Joel's bleeding out. He's been shot on the head and the leg, and in my version this will end up killing Joel, and he will die at this moment. Ellie will hold him while he passes away, and they have a nice moment, and he dies. Then it will cut to the farm scene with all the PTSD of Ellie and Dina and JJ. But the difference is that Tommy's not around, or Joel, who's taking Tommy's replacement, is not around. They can't do the scene where Tommy in the original game comes and shows Ellie where Abby is. So in my division, Ellie's always looking for Abby. She's never stopped. After what happened to Joel and Tommy, she's constantly looking. And the reason she leaves is she found out where Abby is, and she runs off. And Dina's like, please, I won't be here when you come back. And she does it anyway, because Abby's took too much from her, and she does it. Now we've made it here to the final subtle rewrite, and it is I'm killing off Abby. And after Ellie kills off Abby, she goes back and realizes she's lost everything, and she has nothing left. And the reason I did this is I want to continue that cycle of revenge that they tried to break in the game, but I think it's better to continue it. And it's more impactful to show that Ellie's gone on this journey to revenge, and Joel's gone on this journey to revenge, and what have they done? One's lost their life, and one's lost everything. And it just shows how revenge is never good, and I think that's better. So thank you for listening to me ramble on about my subtle rewrites for The Last of Us Part 2. I think the game could have been better if they did just a few changes or change some things up. So thank you, goodbye, and see you next video.